can't believe that I had the opportunity to have Cyndi Lauper basically give me a private performance. She invited me to come to the private rehearsal for her performance that she was doing for us at New York City
Yes.
Pride's World Pride. And I was late, which I was mortified because I've literally been working with her team for years. So it's the first time I'm
Right.
meeting her and I'm late. And she is just standing there eating a salad bowl. I don't know what gave me the balls to even walk in there. And then she's like, all right, well, I'll just do it for you. And starts doing it. And I mean, the best part was so
Insane.
she pops out of a glittery globe at the actual show and surprises
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
13,000 people. Um, but in rehearsal, there was no globe. So she literally walks to the stage and is like, this is when I get into the globe, and I climb up, and it starts to
So
spin,
you're just at this point, you're just watching her like
walk through it.
this is legit full circle because you guys were on As the World Turns together. And
We,
so,
we starred in As the World
okay,
Turns Together.
sorry, you starred As the World
I
Turned
don't know why you're
together.
laughing. There's proof.
Oh, there's no,
YouTube it.
that's, well, I was very excited because she literally emerged from a turning globe. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is As the World Turns. But I mean, more than As the World Turns,
I
you
never thought
guys,
of it that way.
yes, literally.
As
I was
the
like,
world was
oh,
literally turning.
turning. Exactly.
Hey everyone, welcome to the very first episode of The Run Through. I'm your host, David Correa, and I am so excited to get this show launched. Here at The Run Through, we'll be talking everything entertainment. I'm a huge fan of TV, so expect to see a lot of that. But each episode will feature a special guest, someone that works in the industry, whether in front or behind the camera. We'll be spilling the tea on everything from celebrity run ins to embarrassing on set stories. I can't wait to get into it. So let's kick off our first episode. Okay, joining me today is our very first guest, and probably the easiest one for me to book, my husband and makeup artist extraordinaire, J. Brandon Correa. Dear. She loves a lip
Ooh,
gloss.
ooh, sorry. You know, I had to get these labios ready for you. I, though, am so excited to be here, even though I didn't have much of a choice. But I am really excited to be here. And I'm so excited to be your first guest.
Oh, I'm so happy that you're my first guest. I think it's perfect. And no, you did not have a choice, but I appreciate you doing this for me anyway.
Yes.
Dear, I can go on and on for hours and hours and hours about how handsome you are, about how talented you are, about your hoarding, about your makeup skills, all of it. But I feel like people want to hear it
All
from the
right.
source. So this is your time
Oh,
to give us the run through on you.
okay. Well, first and foremost, I'm not a hoarder. Take that back. I am a makeup artist. I've been a makeup artist for about 15 years now. I started out much like you as an actor, but I was always doing like hair and makeup on the side for friends, and I was way more interested in what was happening on set when I got the chances to work as an actor when I was getting my makeup done. So I was always asking those people, "How'd you get here? What did you do to get here?" And they all said, "I went back to school for cosmetology." So I decided to go back to school and I got my cosmetologist license. And actually, while I was there, I actually got to teach makeup, which was pretty fun because I was already like doing some stuff as a makeup artist. And then right after I graduated, I started working in film and television. Got to work with a lot of really exciting people. Became a trainer for a makeup brand, Makeup Forever. I was there for a little while. I was at Mac. Now I am a trainer for Anastasia Beverly Hills. And yeah, through my journey, I've just gotten to do some really cool, fun stuff. So I'm excited to talk to you about it.
Well, let's talk about it. You and I have been lucky enough to work on a couple
Yeah.
projects together. We've worked on live events, we've worked
Yep.
on photo shoots, we've worked on television productions. Most recently, we had the opportunity to work on a really special
Yes.
project. I was the executive producer of New York City Pride's 50th anniversary special of the March on ABC
So
7
good.
New York, and you joined us as a makeup artist on site, specifically assigned to our guest co-host Carson Kressley.
And I wouldn't have had it any other way. He is a ball of joy and such a pleasure to work with. I probably would say that might be one of my favorite moments as a makeup artist, really getting to like work with him and listen to him like just make funny jokes and be a part of his entourage. Like I was legit part of the entourage. That was
It
so
was
cool.
so cool to watch, and I was crazy busy that day, but I remember distinctly there was one moment where you were running back and forth because folks know, Carson was assigned basically to be a runner during the show. So he would go from the welcome center, which was what we were calling the studio or home base, to Stonewall, which was a couple blocks away. And sometimes you all had like 3 minutes to get from home base to the Stonewall or even
Right.
back.
hmm And it was just so funny too because he had like all these little gadgets and stuff. So he had like fans. He had this like little whale gun that was like a bubble gun. And as we were like running, trying to get back to the main hub, there was this like shirtless man running by, and of course, shirtless in New York City over you, but you get
Pride.
it. So he's like running, obviously super ripped and jacked. And Carson's like, oh, just literally went with him and starts hitting him with the bubbles. And he's like, you look hot. Let me cool you down. And he's just like shooting him. And we're like, Carson, we gotta go. And we just made it back to the studio like in the nick of time. He literally got there and was like, hello.
But it's because he's a professional. He was
Yes, he is
he was
such a
so good.
professional.
He was so if Carson, I don't know that Carson will watch this, but if Carson's watching, absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Now, let's go from one professional to the professional.
Ooh,
You and
I
I,
think I know who you're talking about.
you know who I'm talking about. You and I have had the opportunity to work with a lot of great people too. A lot of people that we work together with happen to be through Pride, some before, some during. Uh, this person happens to be one of my favorite people. The winner of All Stars 3, RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 3,
She
Shangela.
didn't win. She was robbed. She was robbed.
I don't know what you mean
Let's be real.
she's the winner.
But obviously, I do love me some Shangela. Oh my gosh, she is such a fun person to work with. Oh my gosh, the best.
I mean, I know why I love working with her because, like I said, she's a professional. She's on
Yeah.
time. She is so good. She doesn't miss a beat, and she's just
hmm
really nice.
Oh my, she's the nicest. I remember I had the opportunity to do her makeup for Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. And it was like a ghoul thing. So it was like half ghoul, half glam. And while I was doing her makeup, she was just like all over the place, but in a really fun, good way. And we had such a blast. And, you know, from that, she has actually like reached out to me a bunch of times to like, hey, you know, I have a friend getting ready for an award show. Are you available, etc. And actually, in that particular case, I was like, absolutely, I can totally do it. And it turns out it was literally Hollywood royalty, Jennifer Lewis. It
Tell the people.
was insane. If anybody watching this doesn't know who Jennifer Lewis is,
Everyone
first,
knows who Jennifer Lewis is.
you should be ashamed of yourself. I don't know why you wouldn't, but she is probably one of the funniest people I have ever met. I knocked on her hotel room door and she opened the door and she was like singing this song and I didn't really know it. And she was just like, I was just like, hello. Cause I didn't know, I don't get starstruck. I'm not super like, I meet famous people, but I'm not like, oh my God, and like lose my mind. But this is Jennifer Lewis. It's a little different. And I met her and the door opens and she's singing the song. And I was like, hello. And she was like, welcome. And she starts singing. She's like, come on, sing it with me. I didn't know the song. And she was like, oh, well, you don't know this. This is good music. And I started laughing so hard. And then I had a moment because she was like, I'll be right out. And she went into the bathroom and she's still singing. But it's like, I'm in a hotel room listening to Jennifer Lewis sing. Like, very much like your Cindy moment. It was very much like that for me because it was just like, is this happening? Like, I had to pinch myself. It was so cool.
But that's not the only time that Shangela hooked you up or
Oh
tried to hook
no.
you up.
No. So there was one time where she texted me and was like, "Hey, girl," and I was like, "Hey," and she was like, "Send me a picture of you all done up," because for the people watching, we used to do drag together. Not Shangela and myself, you and me. We were a drag duo. Wilhelmina Ford.
And Lulu Lagerfeld.
Yes. So she said, send me a picture of you all done up. So I did. And she was like, excellent. I have a friend who's going to be in a musical and needs to understand like how to do their drag makeup. Would you be available to come and teach him? And I looked at my schedule and unfortunately I was not available and I did everything in my power, but I couldn't make it work. So I texted her back and I was like, I'm so sorry, but I can't make it. Um, and to this day, I am kicking myself because it was Wayne Brady right before he was going into Kinky Boots. And first of all, I love Kinky Boots. Shout out to Annalie Ashford. Um,
Oh,
yes, we love
Annalie.
Annalie. But I was so sad and angry that I didn't get to work with Wayne Brady. That would have been so much fun.
But I mean, that's the give and take of working in the
Yeah,
industry. You have to sometimes put your passion stuff to the side so that way you can pay the
yeah, that's
bills.
very, very true. So, but luckily, this
It,
industry is so tight knit. It's so nice because people, if you are doing your job and you're good at your job, then people will recommend. We met Shangela through our good friend Deja, who does Laverne Cox's makeup, and she's a stellar makeup artist. So, it's always fun to just kind of like bring those along with you. You know what I mean?
and it's important to lift each other up. And people like Deja, who you mentioned, is someone who loves to
Yeah,
lift people up. Shangela clearly loves to lift people up. And that just comes back around. Like everyone take care of each other. It just comes back
exactly.
around.
I agree.
I, I mean, those moments where you have to give up something that you're like, ugh, later kicking yourself. Yeah, they're tough, but I think what's really important is finding those, I guess what I call
Hmm.
milestone moments
Hmm.
in your career that remind you that the work that you're doing
Right.
is paying off. Tell us about a milestone moment. Just give us
Oh my
one
gosh.
that you have.
I would probably say the biggest milestone of my career was when I got to see makeup that I did on a billboard in Times Square. That was amazing. I've always, wanted to see my work up in lights and things like that. And it was with Nikki Glazer. So I work with Nikki Glazer quite often and I do her hair and makeup for shows and all that jazz. But she reached out to me and asked if I would do her makeup for the campaign for her Netflix special, Bangin'. And I was like, absolutely. And the whole process was so much fun. It was like a 50s style pinup feel. So like I pre-made a couple of looks. We went over it. It was just really, really cool. And going to Times Square and seeing that was I cried. Like I cried. Um, I mean, I cry at anything, but I literally was like because I felt like I did it, it was really cool.
I don't cry
No,
at anything. I actually
I
don't
don't
have tear
believe you do.
ducts. But I was there with you and I felt
Oh.
emotions.
Oh
I
my gosh,
did. I did.
this is why I love you. I'm
I
too
did.
much emotion and you are like here's the right amount. You're like right here.
I
I'm
don't know what you
kidding.
mean by that. I think I'm perfect
You are
in terms of
perfect.
emotions. Um, so give us like the real tea. Who is someone you've worked with that when you say it, people automatically give you that, ooh,
Oh.
ah.
I would say, I mean, depending on my audience, but most people, when I tell them that I worked with Nick Jonas, they tend to go, ooh,
Ooh.
ah,
Ah.
exactly. I was doing his hair, but he didn't have a lot of hair at the time. Like it was just kind of like short, not buzz, but almost. And I didn't know what to do with it. So I just took some gel and I gave him a head massage for like 10 minutes. Like, I was just like, I hope this is great. And he was chilling. He looked in the mirror and was like, this looks great. And I said, you're welcome.
All right. It
Woo!
is game time at the run through. Every episode, we will have a segment that is just devoted to having a good old fashioned time with our guests. This first
Okay,
game,
I'm
I hope
ready.
you're ready, is called Would You
Right.
Rather?
Ooh, would I rather? Ooh, this is fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I am going to present you with two celebrity
Okay.
options. You have to tell us who you would rather work with as a makeup
Okay.
artist.
All right. I think I can
All
do
right.
this.
Padma Lakshmi versus Kendall Jenner.
Ooh, she's so beautiful. Oh man. Okay. This I'm going to say Padma only because we've been watching her on Taste the Nation, and she is so much fun and so beautiful, and she eats really pretty like beautifully. It's gorgeous. Um,
I don't know how she eats so, and I have a thing for people that
mhm.
eat gross. Like don't I hate when people either like play that game where it almost looks like they're trying to see if they can get the food in their mouth
Ah,
without
ah,
actually
ah,
attempting.
ah, ah, ah.
Or people that like pick something up. So
Oh
let's pick
no!
this up and then let's
Right?
go
It's like,
knuckle deep. Like why
ah.
it it if the food
Why
is
do you need to
just
put your whole hand in
here,
your mouth?
why do you have to lick
I know.
to here? And then the people that are knuckle deep people always
Absolutely.
go
You're
back in.
correct. Well,
I
I
don't get
think
it.
that Padma is definitely not that because we've seen her eat
No,
on
she's the
TV.
exact
But I
opposite.
think that if I were to work with her as a makeup artist, she would also feed me. And I love food. So that's why I'm choosing Padma.
Mm, good answer. That was the only
I
right
mean,
answer,
don't
by
get
the
me
way.
wrong. I will definitely do Kendall's makeup anytime she wants.
Let's try Ramona Singer versus Vicky
Oh my God,
Gumbelson.
Vicky. I'm not even gonna like worry about Ramona because if anyone is not watching this latest season of Real Housewives, you have to because I guarantee the way that Ramona looks at anybody is the help, and I would never want her to look at me and be like, "What are you doing?" You know, you know how
That's
she
her.
is. And I feel like Vicky would
That's
be
her.
much more toned down now because she's like, I'm a grandma. I can't do those things. So, you know,
Can we put a plea out
yes,
to
let's put a plea.
Bravo?
Bravo.
Bravo.
New
New
York.
York. New York, those are
At
not New
all. Maybe
Yorkers.
Leah.
That is literally one neighborhood of New York that no one even goes to
Correct. And
anymore.
truthfully, when you're thinking about New York and New York City, you have to include the boroughs as well. Like,
The boroughs and the
correct.
brown people.
There's a lot of people in the city that are brown. So let's remove Ramona. Bye. Let's remove maybe a couple others. Keep Leah because she's keeping that party young and
Keep
fresh.
keep Leah.
Young and
Keep
fresh.
Leah. Keep Leah
And
all
let's
day,
put some
every
brown
day.
people in there, you know? Okay, I'm ready.
Let's give you another one. Linda Carter or Sandra Bullock.
Now, you know, Okay, for anybody watching who doesn't know, I'm obsessed with Wonder Woman. I literally have a huge Wonder Woman tattoo, as you can see. Um, so this is unfair because I'm also obsessed with Sandra Bullock. I literally own every single one of her movies, every single one,
So who's it gonna
including television
be?
shows from when she was a kid. That makes me sound like a creep, but I promise I just love her. I'm gonna choose Sandra Bullock, mostly because I love Wonder Woman, the character, more than I love Linda Carter. I love Linda Carter, but I love Wonder Woman, the character. And Sandra Bullock, I have always dreamed of doing her makeup.
Well, we've talked about it a little bit. We love the Real Housewives around here. You and I both love the Real Housewives. So we're gonna play a little Real Housewives remix. You have to pick six ladies who get to live in a house, stop being polite, and start getting real. The Real Housewives.
Here we go. I am going to start with Lanithia Monique Leaks. All right.
Oh, is that her name?
That is, yes, it is Nene
Is
Leaks.
is Monique her
It
name?
is Lanithia Monique Nene Leaks. That's who she be.
Oh,
So I'm gonna start with her because you know she always comes to shut it down. And I always actually love her fashions too because she always looks comfortable and flowy. So I'm into that.
I would always dress like Nene Leakes if I could.
I mean, I try to. you know, I'd be wearing dresses. Um, okay, so we have Nene. Then from Nene, I'm gonna go someone who's like not as open and wild as Nene, but like they have a connection. Bethany Frankel. I think Bethany would be great because she loves to check people, and when she checks people, she demolishes them. Like she literally tears them apart, and it's just like you don't even know what's happening. So I think that would be amazing. Then the word on the street is she's still the word on the street. I'm choosing Giselle from Potomac. Yes, I
Oh,
am. Oh my gosh, that would be
Giselle.
so fun.
Wow, that's a surprise for
Yeah,
me.
because I
Okay.
just Giselle is like a little bit of a this, a little bit of a
I
pot
love a good
stir, right?
stir. I love a
So
pot
I know
stir.
all of the drama that would happen. She would be the one to know, and she would have the word, right? So okay, we got that
On the
word
street.
on the street. So now I'm gonna go with. You know what? This is a little controversial, but I am going to add in Leanne Locken.
Dear, she is a racist.
I know, but like, yes, you got Giselle, you got Nene, and Leanne Locken. Like, you
Oh,
know, there's gonna
they're
literally be
they're
blood.
gonna ruin her.
It's gonna be blood. So, I think
Oh,
that
they're
is
gonna destroy
amazing.
her.
Then, since we're on the topic of, like shady queens and stuff, I'm gonna add the literal queen of shade herself, Phaedra Parks. I'm bringing her back from the
Who
grave,
said
y'all.
that?
I Who said that? Who said that? Phaedra Parks. That's who said it. I'm adding her in. Ooh, this is dangerous. This is a dangerous house. That's
Wow.
only 5 people, and I have one more person.
Oh my god, hurry.
And
Who is it? I'm so excited.
all right, I think to round it off and to top it off and to bring some glitz and glamour, because you know I love that, Erica J. Bitch! Yes! So that's who I would bring.
Well, that's a great show. Bravo,
Yes,
take note.
take note.
Take
Mhm.
note. That's that's an all-star cast. And back it up against RuPaul's Drag Race,
Watching it.
forget about it.
I,
I know they're two different
I
networks,
just
but I'm
want to watch
saying
it
like
right
you
now.
would have people.
I want to watch it.
Oh, it would be so
Yep.
so good. Let's watch it. All right, so let's piggyback off of the Real Housewives game and let's find out what's your tagline.
Oh, if I were a real housewife myself, you're saying. Oh my gosh, okay.
Yes,
All right.
exactly.
I would okay, all right. Okay, I think I got one. Let me get up. Let me get into the
yourself
camera. Where is the camera in this moment? I think it's here. You ready? Here I go.
I'm ready.
Don't come for my love of makeup because I can do more than just match your shade. Ooh.
That was good. I see what you did there.
Thank you.
Makeup,
Yes.
shade, shade,
I like a
shade.
little word
Little
play, you know, a little
wordplay.
shady
I
shade.
love a
Exactly.
tagline with some wordplay.
Yeah. Do you have a tagline? I'm curious.
I mean,
No, you don't have one.
it's so hard. I know that I'm the hostess with the mostest, but I'll never be upset if you spill tea.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, wordsmith. I hear that.
I
Okay.
didn't practice that at all.
Okay.
Well, dear, this has been a lot of fun.
Is it over already?
It's over already.
No. Oh man, this is so much fun.
Well, you get to come home, feed the
Yes.
dogs, make dinner.
I'm hungry. Can you make it? I'm hungry.
I'm busy.
Okay. I
But
could.
thanks for coming. I love
Thanks
you.
for
Thank you
having
for
me.
being our first
I love
guest on
you.
the run through.
This was so much fun. I'm so proud of you, my love. This is so good.
Thanks. Come home and let's celebrate. Thanks everyone for tuning into the very first episode of the run through. I hope you had fun. I know I did. Now come back, hang out with more of our guests. They probably won't be as cute as my husband, but we're going to have fun. If you like what you saw tonight, click like, comment, share, tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your grandma. Old ladies love me. Follow us on Instagram, the.run.through, or the run through on YouTube. Be sure to come back and tune in. Otherwise, you got some splaining to do.